Hello there, I'm Callum Dons, and something special has come about. What is special about this is we have a continuation of the expanded universe West End game stories by Patricia A. Jackson. As shared by salesinterviews.com, we have Fragile Threads, a continuation of Patricia A. Jackson's stories from the West End Games time period. And this is confirmed by Sales Interviews, confirming that this is a new story set in the expanded universe continuity. Now, this is good and all. And I haven't read it yet. I gotta admit, I haven't read it yet, because it is put on Wattpad, and Soul Kiss is her Wattpad account name, but it is Patricia A. Jackson that has written it, so that makes it an official part of continuing what she's done in that way, with her characters and all of that. So here it is. I will put links in the description, and you can check it out yourself if you wish to. But here comes the discussion around fan fiction continuations of the expanded universe. Here's where we're getting actually one of the authors that was approved to do West End Games' Star Wars story for the expanded universe, continuing the expanded universe in their own way by writing a short story. Now, this is cool, but I will say from the get-go, it's not approved by Lucasfilm, so we don't know if there will be any changes if it were a pre-2014 mindset and she put the story in and it got approved. And other than that, I don't know how well it lines up. Of course, I didn't read it yet, but if it doesn't line up in any way, it's just there. And there's no creative control in the direction in which it goes, which authors did have leeway with, but of course they had to adhere to the basic storyline that came beforehand, and so that would improve some things. But yeah, the whole thing about continuing fan fiction is, I think it's been mentioned in videos beforehand, that the EU fandom as a whole cannot agree on where we would take the direction of the Star Wars expanded universe. And I would agree with what I previously said, as well as what my friends said, that it cannot be continued in a fanfiction way because we wouldn't be able to please everyone. And the only way to actually get what would have happened as an official approval is to get Lucasfilm to approve it, which they're not really interested in continuing the EU at the moment anyway. At least it appears so. They have been porting Republic Commando, some newer games, and letting Asper port them, but they haven't really had an interest in new EU stories. One of it got approved probably because it was a lead into a new canon comic series and that sort of stuff, but not really the kind of care and attention that we were given to the expanded universe and a continuation of it with the same care and quality as beforehand. So it's really just a thing of like, do I really want to go down this route? Now, for many, this would be great because you can continue a bit of a story, and this can definitely be part of the expanded universe continuity for you in your head canon, and that's great. Lines up, all good. But as far as an official pre-2014 mindset that I like to approach things with, this is just fan fiction that can fit in. And so I think that we shouldn't take this as a sign that's officially approved by Lucasfilm or anything, but it's a fun little thing that the authors has done. At the same time, they put an anagram of Sales Interview's name, as he said in his tweet, and that also leads me to going, well, would people be too influenced by what they want in there compared to making it interesting? Like, it's fine to put anagrams and stuff in it. They're cool, fun things. I'm sure that's happened before. Star Wars timelines, supernatural encounters, would also be doing that. I'm going to receive a physical copy of that and have a read of it, which will be interesting, even though I still think it's like on the same level as this, even though it was approved beforehand. Apparently didn't. It's complicated, but I will put it on a very similar level to this from my mindset, because it's continuing the EU, and this final version has not been approved for release by Lucasfilm. Earlier version may have been for supernatural encounters, but not for the newer version, which I'm sure is better for continuity because it tries to tie in more things, but at the same time, from what I've heard, does do a lot in the lore that I would go, if I don't have 100% word from Lucasfilm that this is an official publication of the version that I'm reading, then I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. And great, back to my point, I'm rambling a little bit. Good to read it, good to support EU authors doing things, but I think that it's not a sustainable way to really continue the EU, because eventually, if it's just fan fiction as well, even if it's just one author doing it, if they keep writing lots and lots of stories and go, oh, I'm going to continue the EU all myself, they're going to lose track of details. I mean, it's inevitable. I can't remember a lot of the stuff that I've read earlier, detail to detail, and that is why the Holocron was able to lead in continuity editors to be able to catch that sort of stuff. And that may cause a problem with people reading it and then going, well, that doesn't line up to continuity and that sort of stuff, just because of an honest mistake. Honestly, really. It's an honest mistake when that sort of stuff happens. But yeah. Fragile Threads, a new story from Patricia A. Jackson. You'll find the link in the description. Check it out. It is a continuation of Expanded Universe Western Game Stories, which is really cool. And show some support for it, because even though I say those things about a fanfiction continuation, I would still love to support people doing things for the EU, giving some attention, giving some effort, and seeing what they can do in it. Like, I like to say that my Expanded Universe is preserved, because it's very much from a pre-2014 mindset of what is part of the EU, but it's still great that people try to keep the EU continuing and all of that. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. So subscribe if you want to hear more little bits and pieces that go around. I hear about them, and so I think, well, I better make a video of it so that you guys know that are watching and all of that good stuff. And finally, I was able to record this, even though it was announced a while ago. Got busy, so that happens, but now I'm back, better than ever. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you check out the story, throw some support to the author, and I'll see you in the next video. Anyway.